How you guys doing today? Just wanted to do a quick review on the Nikon RifleHunter 1000 with ID Tech. This is a great rangefinder. You can get out to 1,000 yards, maybe a little bit over on a reflective target. And non-reflective, I find I can get out to about 800, no problem. Reflective meaning like metal, glass, stuff like that. Sometimes you can get lucky and get it to reflect back, but that's not a definite. So I wouldn't, if you're using this for long range shooting, I would try to go with a different option. I do use it for shooting, but that's inside 1,000 yards. If you're going out to that and beyond, I would probably go with a different model. Though this isn't a bad one. This is actually a really good model. I mainly use it for compound bow hunting. This is, I think, a needed tool if you're going to be hunting, especially if you're new to it. This will help you get that range down. And unlike shooting, if you're off by 10 yards with a bow, that could cost you your hit, or you could get a bad hit and not get the kill, or have to track for a few hours before you find your deer. So the few of the features is it changes mode. Here is the power button. It's constantly off until you hit the power button once. That brings it up, and then I'll try to get a better shot of inside and what it looks like. But press it once you turn it on, and you see the crosshairs. You'll hit it again, and that'll give you your target. You can change it between meters and yards. You could also get your angle distance with this. So if you're up in a tree stand or up on a mountain looking down, this will counteract that and give you your actual distance to target instead of shooting over or under it. So that's one nice thing about this. And also it has a illuminated setting. I'm not a big fan of that on this. It basically just turns the whole glass red and kind of dims everything out. Though the digital crosshairs and your readings are black, you can still kind of see it in either at night or towards dawn, or dusk. I'm sorry. So you don't really need it, and the way it doesn't illuminate the actual the crosshairs and the numbers. It just shines everything red. So it's kind of, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. You can also go from first target, and you can go to a distant target. What that does is, if you're looking through the trees, I apologize for the focus going crazy. If you're looking through the trees and you have tree limbs in your way, instead of it picking up on that first tree limb, distance will give you, say there's an actual target through the trees there. Instead of hitting on the branches, it'll give you the actual distance on that target. You could also hold the button down if you're getting a moving target, or you're trying to get an average reading, and it'll constantly read back. I forget the time of it, but you could do that as well. So it's easy to do. Modes, to change modes, that'll change between angular and non-angular modes. If you press it, and if you hold it down, it'll change between meters and yards. If you hold down your mode button, then hold down your power button, that's what's going to change in between the the distance and the first lays target. So bear with me here. I'm going to show you I'm going to try to make a 70-yard compound bow shot with this, and we'll try to get it, see what it looks like from the inside. So there's my target down there. We'll try to get it, see what I see when I look through this eyepiece here. Everything's kind of backwards. As you can see, that's the battery indicator down there below, and that's your working crosshairs with, if you're in yards and meters, up top. First, that's meaning the first thing it hit, and a second will come up if you change modes for that. Here is your angular distance. So since I'm up on this porch here, I should probably have that on so I get a real-time distance instead of just straight to my target. I apologize. And that's what it looks like. Here is a constant when I'm holding down and getting a constant yardage. there is my target I'll be shooting at. So from this spot over here, it's a little bit closer, but from where I'm shooting at, it'll be about 70 yards. Plus it's an angled. So let's see what the actual distance to it from here is. 71 yards. So you can see there's definitely a difference between if you're not using angles and how far the target is. And in the archery game, the difference between 5 and 10 yards can definitely mean the difference between missing a target. There's no actual switch for the illumination, so I can't show you that till it gets a little bit darker. But like I said, it just makes the whole eyepiece red. It just kind of washes everything out. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm in yards now. I can hold down my mode button, get it to switch to meters, and get a direct reading. And like I said, if I hold down the button, I can get it to reflect distance to me, no problem. Keep holding it down, then you see it bouncing like that, or blinking. That means you're in, it's constantly doing a range for you. And it works pretty damn good. I haven't been able to push it out to 1,000 yards yet, so I can't give you a how well it works on stuff like that. I have got it out to 800 and it's red, no problem, no issues there. It comes with this lanyard, so you can have it around your neck at all times when you're in a tree stand or hunting with a crossbow or a compound bow. And I forgot to mention as well, how do you like my tripod here, by the way, a ladder. And it comes with this nice button-up case, so you can have it in there and kind of protect it. This is waterproof, and the back lens does have a focus. This is not magnification. This is just to change the focus for you. I usually have it all the way down because I don't need it any more than that. Battery compartments right here. It takes one CR2 battery. Twist it, pop that off there. There's your battery. It looks like a CR123, but it must be different. Like a camera battery, I'm guessing. I've never needed a CR2 for anything else, but there it is right there. Okay, so let's, I'm going to also show you taking a shot on that 70-yard target. That's pretty far for a compound bow. It might not sound far to us gun guys, but actually is pretty far distance. I'm going to be using the Eagle Parker bow. How it's upside down right now, but how I have my pins set up is, there we go. My green is 30 yards, my red one is 40, and the yellow is 50. And then I also can use this level bubble. The top of that bubble is 60, and in the middle and down that's about 70 yards. So that's what I'll be using to hit that target as my actual level bubble. Next shot will be shooting. Okay, just before we get started here, I did do a review, not too good of a review on this compound bow before. This was my my first bow I've ever gotten, and I've used it now for about 3 years. It's definitely done the job. It's made by Parker Bows. It is the model is Eagle. I haven't added anything to it except for this limb saver. It adds a little bit of balance and takes out some vibration, and a couple limb savers on each limb out here. Alright, let's try for 70 yards. Like I said, this top one is 30 yards, the red one is 40, and my yellow one is 50. So to make this, I kind of use that bubble level. The top I'll hit about 60, in the middle and down towards the bottom is about 70 yards. Right about 60-70 yards on this is a 75-pound bow, or 70-pound. I gotta get it tested, I haven't done it in a while. But right about that 60-yard mark is when you really get the arrows to start to angle. So it doesn't sound like a far shot, especially to shooters. But for a bow, that's a pretty far shot, especially for an amateur like me. I'm not good at all when it comes to this. I've had a couple deer probably about 30 yards in between, but that was the thing with me. I have a hard time of telling the difference between a 30 and 40 yard deer, especially when your adrenaline's going. So the laser rangefinder will definitely come and help. It comes with a arrow holder on the side here. I have it detached. It just goes on right there. I think it holds about 5 or 6 arrows. The arrows I'm using are Easton Carbon Aftermath 340 with a 8.6 GPI carbon fiber field tip with Blazer Easton fletchings and just the nocks that come on it. My trigger is a TrueFire. It's a cheap trigger, probably $20 trigger. I just wanted something. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, so I just grabbed whatever was cheap, and it works pretty good. It's been working for 3 years through 3 hunting seasons. That is how you adjust the sensitivity of your trigger here. This is very sensitive, so I start out with my finger behind it, and once I get the full draw, I pull it around, and just an easy touch of that trigger and it'll go. I'll get a shot of the target after I go down there. Dang. Probably getting about 8 mph crosswinds. That's probably from a chest height to waist. That's probably how big that target is down there. That was a miss. I think that the wind's really catching them now. There we go. Parker Eagle. Alright, so here's our shot. It's not too bad for 70 yards on a not too good of a shooter like me. I really love the sport, but and then there's that one I missed. That's a pretty good group. Yeah, compound bows are really accurate, especially between 30 yards and up. I mean, you can put it right where you want it. Like I said, this was 70 yards. It's still a dead deer. I don't know if I'd be comfortable taking a 70-yard shot on a deer, but if I needed to, I probably could with some level of confidence on it. Yeah. So Nikon Hunter 1000, absolutely recommended for archery, crossbow, anything like that. You need to have that accuracy within 5 yards. I think the accuracy level on it is within 2 yards, but I'm saying if you need to have something that's accurate within a 5-yard accuracy range for archery, like you do for archery, definitely recommended.